In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I painted the 8-pointed star on the Chaos Knight Rampager.
Then the entirety of the cosmos is accessible to each and every individual's mind, connecting to the great mind, the great spirit.
Welcome back to the channel, collectors. So the Chaos Knight Rampager is moving along really nicely, and today we are painting on one of the finishing details, which is the 8-pointed star on the entire carapace. There are some tips and tricks which I would like to share with you guys so that you can replicate this for your own Chaos Knight Rampager. This video is part of a greater series of videos where I take apart the Chaos Knight Rampager and paint each individual component part by part. So if you are ready to paint some blood red 8-pointed Chaos Star, let us begin.
So right here, this is our reference image which we will be using to paint the Chaos Star on our Chaos Knight Rampager's carapace. The strategy is to look at where the individual triangles and intersection points have started and ended, and to plot them down in dots. So right here, I'm going to start off with the left shoulder carapace. I'm just plotting down the thickness of the circle on the Chaos Star. So right here you can see that I've drawn out the thickness of the line, and I'm now plotting in the intersection points. So what makes this Chaos Star really easy to draw is that there are a lot of details which have been sculpted on this Chaos Knight Desecrator in the forms of bumps, cracks, spikes, and many other details. So when the line is passing through a particular crack, passing through a particular joint, these areas can be plotted out so that you can have as smooth a line as possible. So where this circle intersects to the next carapace, we are starting to plot in some of the key points. So these key points can be joints in armor panels, particular screws, areas of particular screws where these dots are relative to. These are the areas which I'm currently plotting the points, and once I've plotted the points, it makes it very easy to draw a smooth curved line, and the hard work has already been done by the Games Workshop painters. So you don't need to worry about any mistakes, because if you have made any mistakes in this freehand, you can easily go back to the previous color when we have painted the carapace, which probably would be stone white or Vallejo model color ivory, to clean that up. If you wanted to know how we painted the carapace, you can always check out how we did overbrush the carapace in the video. Links will be in the description. So most importantly, what you want to achieve is that you plot out the entire Chaos Star before drawing the entire thing in. Now right here, I'm plotting the largest Chaos Star and the entire direction of where the Chaos Star is going to be. So I'm drawing the central line of this Chaos Star to see where the star ends and where the star starts. I'm also plotting down the thickness of this line, and I've noticed that this end of the Chaos Star is parallel to the cockpit. That's why I'm drawing a straight line down right here. Coming from the top of this valve, I'm drawing another line to meet the tip of the end of this Chaos Star. Okay, I've noticed that this intersection point is aligned with the two screws on the cockpit window, and I'm just placing a point of reference right there. And as for the other intersection point, it's also aligned with the cockpit screws. So now that I have the tip of the Chaos Star and I have the width of the expansion, I can start to draw two lines to where the start of the Chaos Star intersects with the little arrows on the side of the Chaos Star. I'm going to make sure that the lines are as clean as possible and as straight as possible. Because this is a freehand, you can always make alterations and you don't need to be overly worried if you have made a mistake. So now we are currently plotting the Chaos Star, which is for the left shoulder of the Chaos Knight Rampager. I'm currently using the screw as a reference, and I'm using the little bump which has been sculpted. It's perpendicular to where the star has ended. I'm currently plotting in a straight line to draw in the body of this Chaos Star. So based on this little crack which has been sculpted, I'm plotting in where the arrows are diverging from the main body. So now that we have the 2 points and the width of the Chaos Star, I'll just join it up and we have the Chaos Star for the left hand shoulder. So now we're going to create the third end of the star for the right hand shoulder. I'm going to be plotting down the midpoint of the body, and I'm starting to create where this star is diverging from the circle. So just plotting little points right here, drawing a straight line to ensure that this width matches up with the shoulder pad. This particular point of the Chaos Star is really important because you want this width of line to match up with the shoulder pad so that when the entire knight is put together, this is coherent. It will look very strange if this body width does not match up. So counting the vents, I'm drawing a reference for how this body is going to end. So because it's an 8-pointed Chaos Star, not a 3-pointed Chaos Star, we're gonna paint in the skinnier points. And based on the reference image, I'm just plotting in the smaller points to ensure that these points are as accurately portrayed as possible. I found that this smaller point right now is quite hard to paint because a lot of the reference points don't really line up. So you got to be particularly careful with that point there. So using this bump as a reference and where the pipe intersects with the carapace as a reference, I'm painting in yet another point of the star. Now we're going to do the right hand shoulder pad of the Chaos Knight. Using a little point of reference where the star will end, I'm drawing a straight line, and using this crack as a reference, I'm drawing the second line of where the Chaos Star will end. So there's a slight bump if you look closely, which is sculpted, and the point of intersection is actually perpendicularly downwards. So you can very easily get these 2 points. And with the width, you can start to match up with the body on the main carapace. So now we have the line drawing of the entire freehand. It's time for the easy part. We're going to fill in the entire line drawing with paint. Okay, not so fast. There is one other end of Chaos Star that I'm currently painting in. And here comes the easy part. We're going to fill in the entire line drawing with Vallejo model color black red. At this point of time, we want to do this in several thin coats. I find that Vallejo model color black red is very translucent and does not have good coverage. So I did a layer of about 3 to 4 coats to create an opaque layer. Just take your time with this stage and don't rush. Nearing the line drawings, you want to make sure that the lines are as sharp as possible. So sometimes what I'll do is, with a fine tip, I'm actually sharpening some of the edges to make sure that this looks like a decal as much as possible. So a pointer to make your freehand look as much like a decal as possible is to ensure that the lines are also equally opaque with the body. So as you are painting the body, you need to match it up with the side of the lines. Right here, I'm trying to match up the opaqueness of the body with the line, because I've just done one pass and the result shows that the star looks very patchy due to the lack of opacity. So now we've filled up the entire Chaos Star with Vallejo model color black red. We are moving on. Right, so now we've done the Chaos Star, we gotta make sure that the Chaos Star freehand is integrated into the miniature so that everything looks as cohesive as possible. So right here, what we're doing is we're just doing a light sponging so that the edges are a little bit more feathered. This is to simulate the look that the painted Chaos Star on this Knight Rampager has been chipped off by some degree of wear and tear. So I would imagine that dried blood also does not adhere very well to the metal surface, the ceramic surface of this Knight carapace, hence this chipping. The colors that we are currently using now are Vallejo model color, ivory and pale sand mix to give this effect.
So that is how you can create your own 8-pointed star on your Chaos Knight Rampager. How did you find it? Let me know in the comments below.
Alright, the moment that many of you guys have been waiting for. In the next video, we'll be painting the muscles for the Mega Gargan. The Mega Gargan miniature is a really awesome miniature, and as you can see right here, this is the finished product, and I'll be showing you step by step how to achieve this result.
I'd like to take this time to thank my patrons for allowing me to do this. Because of the help and support of my patrons, I'm able to paint and record these amazing tutorials so that we get to become better miniature painters together. The Patreon exclusive video for this series will be the Bloody Copper, which lines the entire carapace of the Chaos Knight Rampager. I hope you can head on to the Patreon link and support us by becoming a $1 patron For as little as $1, you get to see my finished work earlier than anyone else in this world. However, if you can't become a patron, that's okay too. I'd like to thank you for your time for watching to the end. Do support the channel further by hitting the like and subscribe and all the other stuff, because it really helps us grow, and I hope to see you in the next video. See you.